Good afternoon. The code of attendance for today's class is 45672. Please make sure to sign in. Welcome to West Coast University's Doctor of Physical Therapy White Coat Ceremony. My name is Najma Hussaini. My students and amazing students call me Dr. H. And I will be serving as Master of Ceremony today. We have an exciting program planned for you, and I want to make sure that the microphone is close to my mouth. Before we get started, I just wanted you to take a moment to turn off your phones or put them on silence, please. We also have professional photographers here that would make your life much easier. They're here and there. They're amazing. They have been here since morning for the holding ceremony too. They will take professional photos of your students, of our students, so you don't need to come into the aisles or come close to the stage. It's all taken care of for you. Also, out of respect for our amazing students and our distinguished speakers, we ask you if you would be staying with us to the end of the ceremony and not leave it unless it's an emergency. All right. Did you enter the code? I want to start my talk with class of 2023 with Say Something from Dr. Inkstad.
One, two, three.
All right. Lovely class of 2023. I'm very excited that you made it to this point of your DPT journey. The rest is going to be more fun, I promise. And I have really seen you going through all of these classes with the online and on campus, jumping around schedules, and you have thrived in every stage. It's really important that you made it to this day. I know that you have been in your clinical rotations a little, you have tasted a little bit of practicing with patients and learning from your amazing CIs, but today we are giving you the white coat, which symbolizes that you're ready to go to your clinical rotations. And this is amazing for you, and we're very excited for you. I want to invite Dr. Lipman to the stage, our program director, Dr. Robert Lipman.
Thank you, Dr. Hosseini. Let me get out my 15 pages here. I have snacks here in case it gets too long. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name is Bob Mithman. It's my honor to be serving as your interim dean in the DPT program. Happy to see so many friends and families and significant others in the audience today to help us honor our second-year students. As a parent, I can appreciate and understand how proud each of you must be with your loved one transitioning to a full-time clinician, basically, right? So students, please look around. The support system in this room, those that are watching online, believed in you, even in times when you doubted yourself. I ask that the immediate family and friends of our students to please rise so we can give you a round of applause for all of your support. We're already starting to have like flower envy. Who has the largest bouquet? I'd like to also take this time to acknowledge the staff and faculty of the DPT program, both past and present. They're the ones in the trenches preparing your lectures, your labs, giving your exams, grading your exams, counseling, mentoring you, meeting with you one-on-one, listening to your, responding to your remind questions, messages Sunday evening, the day before an exam. Thank goodness for the Remind app, right? It's the expertise that they possess, everyone in this front row, front two rows over here, and those behind me. It's the expertise that they possess that really is responsible for your knowledge and the success of our students here. And like many of you, COVID has not been easy on us. Right? They've experienced loss, illness, they've experienced mental health challenges, they've had less than ideal work environments, dogs and cats and kids crawling on them while they're trying to teach class, and you all getting to know our extended relatives and parakeets and everything else, right? So it's not been easy for us as well, but together we've all had to learn to persevere. But in the end though, this faculty, this staff, they care for you, they care deeply about you, and so I want to take a time just to recognize them. So if the faculty and staff of DPT could please stand and let's give them a round. All right, and last but not least, we had one single individual here at 6 a.m. So Mr. Jerry Van Boeven, this day would not be... And certainly Jerry will acknowledge it's a team effort and it's a team sport for sure, but he really has bore the brunt of these plannings, and it's so nice to finally have events like this face-to-face again. So in many ways, it feels like we're kind of inventing the wheel. It's like, have we ever done this before, right? But Jerry certainly has been leading and shepherding us through this process, and again, was here bright and early at 6 a.m. So please, on your way out, a special thank you to Jerry and his team as well. All right, students. There they are. You guys look great. Great. In the white coats, I talked in class the other day. I was like, make sure you get them starched or dry cleaned, or at least run them through the dryer for a few minutes, right, for today. I've had the distinct privilege of working with you directly over the past 15 weeks. We don't know each other. We just got to know each other in a hurry over a couple of dry lectures. Maybe a lot more than a couple dry lectures, right? But you've shown a level of professionalism and approach to learning to honor that you are worthy of this white coat honor, and I just want to acknowledge that. Some adjectives that come to mind when I think of your cohort. I feel like you're fun, you're thoughtful, proud, you're a proud group, you're very united, inquisitive, and very caring. I can tell that about you. I can tell that from like the first week. In all seriousness, I've had the opportunity to get to know some of you as individuals and hear some of your personal journeys as well. Your journey to physical therapy, your journey to West Coast University, and some of your personal stories reminded me of several applicants that accepted students that turned to licensed physical therapists, that turned to very successful physical therapists. And as I continue my theme of gratitude here, a thank you note from a long time ago I found in my files, as I kind of reflected on today. And this is an applicant that made a really big impression on me as a young academic. So I'll just kind of read the basis. Dr. Lipman, I am beyond excited to be accepted into your DPT program. From the application process to the interview, you were so supportive and understanding my past. This was my third application cycle in my quest to become a PT. All other schools said my grades weren't good enough to even get an interview. That was hard to deal with, especially since I've been working 2 jobs while taking extra classes to improve my GPA. Thank you for giving me this chance. I promise I won't let you down. So let's just call this person Artie, right? Kind of like Mabel, right? Mabel's kind of like a classroom joke. We'll always call this person Artie. So you don't have to raise your hand, but how many of you can relate to Artie's story? A story of persistence, a story of perseverance. How many of you are the first person in your family to go to college? Right? How many of you, this is your second language, English? How many of you, like Artie, struggled to get accepted into PT school? All of you know what it's like to work hard. Right? But how many of you can recall the joy and elation that you felt when you received that notification that you were accepted into PT school? And not just any PT school, West Coast University, right? That joy and elation we want to capture. So circling back on my theme of my message today, I wish for you that you can leave today with an open and grateful heart, humbled by the challenges that you've overcome both prior to and during PT school, but joyful about the opportunities and the challenges that will be coming your way in the clinic. So thank you for trusting us to be part of your education and your future. We're excited to follow your clinical journey and to continue to help shepherd you to next August. What's next August? Next stop, graduation as a doctor of physical therapy. So thank you all. It's been my pleasure, and congratulations for getting to this important milestone.
Thank you, Dr. Lipman. Class of 2023, I want you to give yourself a round of applause. The next speaker is one of your favorite faculty members. That a lot of you love her for what she's been teaching you for pediatrics and other things. So please give a round of applause for Dr. Cameron Brown.
everyone. Welcome, students and friends and family, loved ones. I'd love to be considered one of your favorite instructors because there's like 9 of us maybe total, but I'll be in the top 10 somewhere, right? But I'm very honored to be able to speak with you all today. Tell me if you can't hear me because I'm going to be projecting as loud as I can using my outside voice. But as Dr. Hosseini said, my name is Dr. Cameron Brown. I'm an assistant professor here, and I've had the honor of being with this cohort for the last year. Not quite your full journey. I was still in Zoom in the background for other classes, but I am so thrilled to be able to be here with you today and to celebrate your white coat ceremony. I'm so excited that you all have made it to this point, right? You're ready to put your skills to good use. We've been talking about things a lot. You guys want to go and do it. We're tired of talking about it. So let's go show it off, right? I know the past 2 years have not been easy for anyone. You've all grown in many ways from the last 2 years. And you've undergone many different shifts in your life, right? First off, the shift from a hopeful applicant to a full-time grad student. And that is a big shift in life, as I'm sure I'm seeing some nods, yes. That's a big shift. And then you got to shift from newbie first years to the wise, mature second year students that you are today, helping the newer class and being mentors and pals and friends, which is kind of a new feeling, right? That responsibility level has sort of gone up a bit. But beyond the small identity shifts, we've also really asked you to change a shift in your mindset about a lot of things. We've challenged you, your instructors, to think about the body and movement in very different ways than you ever have before. And for many of you, we've challenged you to think about yourselves in different ways too. We've challenged you to really consider all the things that a physical therapist is and does. No doubt you've found new settings that you didn't really know existed for us, or even patient populations we can treat, and just ways that physical therapists can transform society, as our vision statement says. So maybe you didn't know you could make obstacle courses for a living. You can, right? I'm proof of it. But beyond those small identity shifts, mindset shifts, we've introduced a whole new move in the last 2 years, which is a pivot. A worldwide pandemic has caused us to do a whole lot of pivoting. I'm sure you're all familiar. We've had to pivot from in class to Zoom. We've had to pivot to take that test online now. You've had to pivot to a small group instead of your whole class. And that's a tough move to make on a very short notice. But now you're ready for an even bigger shift, right? From a student to a hands-on clinician. And this one comes with a wardrobe change, which is kind of fun, right? But through all these transitions, you're on your way to becoming graceful dancers of sorts, right? Shifting, pivoting your way through the world. And no doubt you'll learn a few new moves in the next year throughout your clinicals as well. I've been telling you guys in my classes all about the wonderful world outside our little nest of CGS. And I'm so glad you all get to fly away from the nest and go experience it. I wish I could be with every one of you on your clinicals or be your clinical instructor, but I feel I've done as much as I can, and I'll have to let you all go now. You know I'm a mama bird about it, so. But I'm very excited for you to be able to see your hard work in school pay off as you go out and feel the gratitude of helping people, because that's what brought you all here. Sometimes it's hard, you think, oh, I know exactly what got me into PT school. This is what I want to do. And then you spend 2 years not doing it, right? But you're gaining those skills, and now you get to go out and feel what it's like to actually make a positive impact in a person's life. And that's going to be really powerful, and I hope recharging and refreshing after 2 tough years of staring at screens and being in study rooms and looking at books. So congratulations to all of you. Please wear your white coats with pride and get ready to dance. Woo!
Thank you, Dr. Brown. That was amazing, wasn't it? All right, so no pressure to Chris Morales, but he's our next speaker. He's our amazing Chris Morales.
Good afternoon, faculty, friends, honored guests, and most importantly, the beautiful West Coast University DPT class of 2023. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris Morales, and it is an honor to speak on behalf of my cohort and my program. I would like to thank everyone for being here today and being part of this special moment. Additionally, I would like to thank our West Coast University Dean, faculty, and staff for making the ceremony happen, pushing us to get to this point and shaping us to represent the future of our profession. It's truly a privilege to be here today and celebrate in person. I don't know about you, but I had no clue what a white ceremony was until I got here. Our professors would often say it's a way to honor our completion of our didactic work and into the clinics. And although I do agree with that statement, for myself and many of my classmates, this means more to us. Especially from these past hardships we had to endure these past 2 years. From navigating through a pandemic to adapting to a new style of virtual learning and hoping that Respondus would work. For those of you that know, Respondus are a virtual lockdown browser when we take tests. And just figuring out how to succeed in grad school while juggling life was very difficult. Despite these barriers, our cohort still found a way to connect, to grow, and to learn as individuals. You see, in this level of academia, the content is challenging. The course load is demanding, and the expectations are high since we are one of the selected few to sit in the seats we're sitting in today. I know many of the families and friends have seen the work we put in, whether it be long nights of studying, rewatching lectures at 2 times speed thinking that we're crazy, and even sometimes missing out on quality family or friend time spent. I'd like you to know it was not all in vain. We were on a mission to become the best students we could be, the best clinicians we could be, and ultimately the best versions of ourselves. You see, through these struggles lies a true beauty that I'd like to touch upon today. I think what separates us from other cohorts is our ability to show empathy and truly care for one another. I can personally attest to this after not receiving a passing grade on my first practical exam. I left the practical room in tears, disgruntled, upset, and feeling like I wasn't cut out for grad school or even becoming a PT. At a moment where I felt vulnerable and so insecure, I was quickly reaffirmed by my classmates that I was worthy, that I am enough, and that one test didn't define me. Many of my classmates have felt that sense of imposter syndrome and that sense of belonging. You see, the hardships don't just lie in academics, but also in this roller coaster we call life. You see, many of my colleagues have been in serious accidents, sustained severe injuries, lost loved ones along the way, and battled through that sense of worthiness. But in those moments of distress, while navigating school, we put each other first. We reached out to those who were struggling, those that were hurting, and showed up when they needed us most, and supported each other to do the best that we could do, given our circumstances. Many of us picked this profession not for the money, but the ultimate satisfaction we get in making someone's day or life better. And that is fully evident in this class. From a class that is so diverse and so different, we're each able to fully express ourselves, love, and support one another like a family. You see, this white coat doesn't just represent an end goal, but the journey it took to get there. Through the ups and downs, our ability to come together and to persevere through academic challenges and life's hardships signifies that we're all worthy of the position that we are in today. And to strive for in the near future of being recognized as a doctor of physical therapy. So with that, I would like you all to embrace what this white coat signifies, our journey. Congratulations to my cohort. Let's fully embrace and celebrate this day because we earned it. And let's also keep in mind the job ain't done yet. Until next time. Thank you.
All right, guys, you're going to have a lot of interaction with the next speaker, and she's there. Dr. Nicole Rodriguez, Please, I invite her up on the stage, and she has a few words to say to you.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you, Dr. H. As mentioned, my name is Dr. Nicole Rodriguez, and I am the DPT Programs Director of Clinical Education. I'd also like to join in welcoming all of the family and friends, faculty, and staff here today to the West Coast University's White Coat Ceremony, celebrating our class of 2023 Doctor of Physical Therapy students. Woo! Yeah. We're very glad to have you all here today, ready to celebrate achievements and recognize the adventures that lie ahead for our students. But let's also take some time for reflection. I imagine that several of you have heard your faculty members affirm the need to reflect on your professional journey as a way to enhance on your development. And I mention this because I think today is a great opportunity to reflect on your professional journey thus far. When you look back on your abilities, your habits, values, and knowledge from 2 years ago, think about how you've changed since then. Think about what you've gained cognitively, your ability to problem solve and reason, the clinical knowledge you've obtained, your development as a caring practitioner and professional. Think about your newly acquired hands-on skills. Perhaps you've even seen a growing sense of personal responsibility and self-directedness, or growth in your interpersonal skills. Maybe even in your desire to achieve high expectations for yourself. Yeah. And how about in your ability to handle stress and to be flexible? I'm hoping that you've seen much in the way of personal and professional development in the last 2 years. And I suspect that your friends and family members and colleagues have seen that transition as well. So today is an opportunity to celebrate your success to this point in your education and to say with confidence, I am ready for the clinical environment and I am ready to learn more. So today we don you with your white coat as a symbol from the university that acknowledges how far you've come and what you've worked so hard for. But today is also a challenge. You're about to transition into a very different learning environment for the next year where the rules are going to change. And you guys got a little taste of that in the spring. Instead of a faculty member laying out a set of topics and assignments with instructions for you to cover, you're now going to be guided by your clinical instructor who doesn't necessarily have a set curriculum with course notes to follow along with. Every day, every patient will surprise you because they're not going to come directly from a textbook or from an article that you've read. This uncertain clinical world will most certainly test your knowledge, your will, your confidence, your ability to manage stress, your ability to receive feedback and adapt based off of it. At times, you will need to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable because we know that's where change and growth often occur. You will need to be confident yet humble in knowing that we always have more to learn. And you'll need to be proactive in taking initiative to learn by asking questions and seeking guidance to acquire expertise from others. You will need to be open to being wrong, as being wrong isn't a compromise of your intelligence, but rather can be a sign that you learned something new. And you may potentially need to even agree to disagree at times. This clinical environment will be exciting, it may be intimidating, but it will no doubt fuel your incentive to learn more and to be better for your patients. Know that it's easier to demonstrate integrity, accountability, generosity, and excellence when things are going really well. But character is how you show up on the hardest of days when you're faced with challenges and obstacles. So don't forget to stand by your values, even when it becomes difficult. The greatest barrier to adjusting behavior isn't a lack of skill, but rather it's a lack of will. Motivation is what drives our capacity to learn, to grow, and to adapt. So don't forget what motivates you. Don't forget your why you applied to PT school, why you were so excited when you found out you got accepted, why you've worked so hard to be where you are today, and why you want to be a doctor of physical therapy. Let your why continue to motivate you and drive your capacity to learn, now from your clinical instructor, other members of the interdisciplinary team, your previous experiences, but most importantly, from your patients. As the Director of Clinical Education, I have the honor to support our students throughout their clinical experiences And I always say that the best part of my job is watching you all leave here today as students and return from your rotation as full-blown clinicians. I look forward to hearing of your successes and to support you in conquering any challenges that you may face throughout this journey. All of us here today are very proud of how far you've come and would like to honor you for your accomplishments thus far. Additionally, those of us in the faculty are here to acknowledge that you are ready for the clinical world, whether or not you believe it yet or not. And to affirm that we support you on this next step of your educational journey. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rodriguez. That was amazing. Yes, remember your why when you get to the challenges. So this is the moment you're waiting for. You're going to be coded by Dr. Lipman and Dr. Rodriguez, and our amazing Nora will be announcing the names. So I think you know what to do. Jerry's here to help, and we're going to start. Round of applause for Nora.
First student, Samantha Acuna.
Yes, Sammy!
Robert Ayemian. Nadia Alaze. Sophia Arapamian. Kelly Arahu. Greg Palasanya. Ross Valukana. Afram Bekyan. third. Yeah. 1 second. Sibui Beyazian. Alisa Capelli. No, Eliza. I tried so hard to not get this right because it's easy. Eliza Capelli. Jesús Alonso Contreras. Susana Damien Cruz. Thomas De Luna. Jason Dong. Ryan Ferris. Lee Fujimoto. Alberto B. Gattus Jr. Tiffany Gilly. Michelle Pong. recipient. Thomas Wynn. Adina Johnson. Kevin. Kevin Anthony Corey. Megan Lim. Carrie Lynn. Chris Morales. Robert Moiseyev. Ahmad Nabahani. Ashkan Nekupar. Tony Trung Nguyen. Jason Oliveira. Mazo. Andreas Polikaitis. Anna Rafaelian. Karen Raimundo. Timothy Warner. Claudia Wing Hung Wang. Samantha York. Amy Marie Young. Boba Sahiri. Special welcome to the stage. I have a little, I love you all. Regine, Gigi, Sarah. Congratulations, class of 2023. It's been an honor. I will miss you. We'll see you next year.
Can you hear me? Okay. You look a little different. Looking better. I was just observing I was just observing how supportive of each other you guys are. Your cohort has been the most supportive cohort for each other. Seriously, you guys have really held each other's hands throughout all of these issues and switches and challenges. Yes! All right, you're ready to take your oath? Yeah? All right, I'm gonna ask Dr. Greg Askew to read the oath for you guys. So I would want you to stand up, please.
Good afternoon. As Dr. Hussein stated, I am Greg Askew. I am the Assistant Director of Clinical Education. So before we do the oath, I just wanted to congratulate all of you on the power showing on the bias, on making the actual most fun part of the curriculum. To a lot of the professors, you're leaving the nest, right? But for us, for myself and Dr. Rodriguez, the fun is just getting started. But just one thing to keep in mind is that you would not have reached this step if your entire faculty didn't feel that all of you are fully prepared and are going to excel in patient care. So congratulations. If you would open your programs onto page 2, the physical therapist oath is written there. The public proclamation of an oath to abide by ethical and moral standards and practice has long-standing precedence in the field of medicine. So will the class of 2023 please recite the oath of physical therapy along with me? Without further ado. The oath of a physical therapist in the presence of colleagues, friends, families, and teachers, and in view of the honored profession I am entering into, I solemnly and willingly state that I dedicate myself to the following. I will practice physical therapy with compassion for the vulnerabilities in each of my patients and will work to preserve their dignity and promote their health and welfare. I will value the lives of patients as I value my own life through my concern for their significance and with respect for them and the confidential nature of our relationship. I will be humble and recognize my limitations and will continue to consult with my colleagues and coworkers for knowledge with which I visit my patients and for the inspiration to expand and augment my education. I will share my knowledge with my colleagues and patients freely, with compassion and patience. I will work toward the improvement of the quality of life for all of my patients. I will honor the choices that my patients make with respect to their wishes and needs. I will do no harm to another human. I will work to improve the practice of physical therapy so that all who seek it will receive treatment which is proper, ethical, and just. I will not allow my judgment regarding the practice of my profession to be influenced by race, creed, religion, greed, or unethical behavior. I will expect the same behavior from my colleagues and coworkers. Thus, with this oath, I freely accept the obligations and rewards which will accompany my practice of physical therapy. Thank you, and you can be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Askew. All right, guess what? We have another student speaker. Our fashionable Thomas Hewell.
How's everybody doing today? All right. Give me 1 second. Pulling it. So first off, I want to take this time to honor my family in the best way I know how. Thưa ba mẹ, con cảm ơn rất nhiều những gì ba mẹ đã dành cho con. Con sẽ không thể nào được như bây giờ nếu không có tình yêu và sự ủng hộ của ba mẹ. Thank you. Good afternoon to all the mothers, fathers, lovers, friends, and everything in between. Thank you once again for showing up, whether it be in person or somewhere in front of a computer screen. You are all a part of this journey as much as we are. Now to the class of 2023, I speak to you about the importance of showing up, whether it be for dinner when your mom calls, a talk with an old friend, or for a patient who is seeking your clinical expertise. As a future doctor of physical therapy, showing up for your patients will be one of the most important tasks that you will ever come across, especially on your journey of healing. That journey will require patience, empathy, accountability, compassion, and a fully stocked fridge of energy drinks to ensure your peace of mind as a clinician. Looking at you, Ross. As a wise man once said, confronting our own vulnerabilities isn't a place people naturally like to go. But when you do that, when you connect with your own vulnerability, it allows you the space to then enter your patient's vulnerability and where they are. Let those words serve as a reminder to you to meet your patient where they are, to bridge the gap that separates both patient and provider, because at the end of the day, all we want is to just be heard. So, as we head out into our last year of formal education, consisting of clinical rotations of all different settings, I implore you to show up for your patients. Through the challenging times that will beat us down, as well as breakthroughs that will make it all seem worth it, I leave you with this final sentiment from Patch Adams, the movie that inspired me to go into this journey. A doctor's mission should not be just to prevent death, but also to improve the quality of life. That's why when you treat a disease, you win, you lose. When you treat a person, when you truly treat a person, I guarantee you win, no matter what the outcome. Thank you.
Well, that was amazing to end the ceremony with, right? Thank you, Thomas. All right, so for closing, I'm inviting Dr. Lipman. Thank you so much for being here and for showing up and at your best outfits and looking amazing. And for the oath, and we are now at the end of the ceremony. Dr. Lipman, any words?
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Hosseini. So yeah, this concludes the ceremony. Hope you guys had an amazing time. It was an honor and a treasure to share it with you. The venue is yours. Lots of photo opportunities, lots of opportunities to get some memories for yourselves. Again, best of wishes as we take this next step into clinical rotations. You guys did an amazing job, and we're so proud of you, and we look forward to being available with you and for you, and just please stay connected as you continue along the journey, okay? All right, guys.